Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be going through the setup of the General Mission Analysis tool provided by NASA, which is a enterprise multi-mission open source software system for space mission design, optimization and navigation. I've never used this before. I've only been setting it up recently, and I thought it would be useful for people to also be able to do this because there's a couple of issues installing on Windows, and I'm going to go through those now. So the first thing that you need to do is get down the GMAT repository, and you can get that from here, and I will provide the links in the description below. I use Git extensions in Git to pull that down, and you can see here I have pulled that down fresh from the repository. If you need to work out how to use Git, you can find that somewhere else online. Once you have that repository down, there is a walkthrough on the GMAT Confluence page, but it has a couple of problems. I'm not sure about the Linux guide, but the Windows guide has a couple of problems, at least in my experience. So once you've got you've been to that page and maybe read it a little bit and got bored of reading it, you can just go to the repository, and if you go into the Depends folder and open a terminal, what the guide is going to tell you to do is to do Python configure, and we'll give that a go, and that doesn't work, so hardly not great. So the solution to this problem, if we look in the document, it is telling us to install the things that this script installs is cspice, wxWidgets and xerces, I guess is what it's called. So those three things are trying to be installed by this, so we're going to try and help it out a little bit. In the actual, let me open this one, that's my fixed one. So the first problem it has is that it's expecting Visual Studio to be installed in the ProgramFiles, and mine is not. So I am going to fix that. I have fixed that. I'm just going to copy my fix from here into here. I'm probably going to make some sort of mistake in a minute. Let's try this. So, right, we got a bit further. And what did we get to? We got to it trying to install xerces, which it didn't manage to do. It's trying to download a zip file and it's failing, and I really do not have the patience to fix this script. So simple solution for me is to go and download those things. So the link to the xerces downloads is here. You can download at whatever compressed format you want, because we're just going to manually uncompress it. Then xWidgets you can download here, and cspice you can download here. I'll provide all of those links. Once you've got those three things downloaded, so cspice, xerces and xWidgets, let's take those, let's drop them into our Depends folder, like so. You can see here it did actually try to download something. I'm just going to delete that. We'll extract all of these. And I've just gone for actually the latest versions of all of this stuff. So let's see how that goes. Like I say, I haven't actually used the tool much yet, so it might not be the best idea to be using the latest versions. It might be better to use the versions that are specified in the configure file. If I go back to that file and go to the top of this, you can see there's a whole bunch of variables here and here. and you can see the xerces version is 3.22. I picked 3.25, and the widgets version, what did I get? 3.25. Heck, they're both on 3.25. Mad. Maybe that's somehow related. That's almost extracted. cspice is extracted. So we want to put that into a folder structure that it expects, and I'm just going to refer to what I had before. So cspice should go into cspice Windows, cspice 64. So I'll just go make those cspice new folder Windows, new folder cspice 64. So let's take all of that, bit there. So that's cspice structure in place. This is what it expects, and if it finds it, it's not going to bother downloading it. It's going to skip over those bits, and the same for the other stuff. So the other one is xWidgets, and that's just inside a folder called wxWidgets. So we'll do that as well. New folder, take that and put it in there. Cancel that. So that's still extracting. Then the xerces is expected to be just in a folder called xerces. So that's what we'll do. That's finished. One in there. There we go. So let's just confirm what I said there. In this script, you can see path exists, and this is just depends path plus xerces. And then the next one is widgets, and that's looking for widgets version. And later on, we can see that it's looking for another subdirectory. The widgets path plus the widgets version. So that's that. And then there's cspice is looking for it to be in the this path up here. So cspice plus Windows, and then I think it eventually it creates a cspice 64 here. So that's where we put it. Right. So hopefully that's all in place now, and if I run this, it will actually get through. I tried to download the widgets. Oh, I forgot to change the version up here to 3.25. Change that as well. Save that. Let's cancel that. Let's do it again. I think it's failed to compile the xerces bit. There is a log file that gets produced here. So I've forgotten about something. Oh yeah, so there's another little bit I need to change. So this Visual Studio directory is also nonsense when it tries to build xerces. I have already fixed this. I forgot. So I think it's just what did I change in that? Yeah, just basically making sure this is set to your Visual Studio version, and then because Visual Studio 2022 is always Win64, we just remove this architecture. Save that. So that actually failed, right? I silently failed. So we're going to go back and hit that again once this finishes. Debug widget is finished. Now it's compiling release widgets. Okay, it's finished building wxWidgets. It's now on to cspice. Finish the debug build. It's finished doing cspice. I'm going to run it again to do the xerces. That has actually failed again, I think. Let's just see what it says. Yeah, I've got the wrong version written in there, I think. It should be 17. There. Go again. Oh, let's remove. We need to remove the cache there. The Right, looking good now. Building xerces. Okay, it's done the debug build. Okay, that's done. So the next step. Oh, and by the way, if it wasn't obvious, you need to have Python 3 and a version of Visual Studio installed. You can get Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition for free, and Python 3 is also available for free. But I imagine most people are already at that point. So now that's installed, we can go ahead and you should also install cmake with a GUI, and it looks like this. So go ahead and open cmake, and in the top box here you want the source code, so that's going to be your repository, and then where to build the binaries. It recommends putting them into /build/win-cmake-build, and then I think hit configure. Yes, and then yeah, that's fine. And it will attempt to configure. Just clicked it twice there. It goes on about Python interfaces here as well. Didn't do that before, but I don't think I need the Python interfaces at the moment. Then it says to expand this and to click csalt, and then we'll configure that again. Now it's downloading Boost, which is needed for the csalt dependency. This csalt dependency it's also going to need snopt, which we'll get to in a minute. It's what does it mean again? Yeah, the co-location, standalone, library, and toolkit. So I'm not familiar with these things yet, but I will get there eventually. For now, we're downloading Boost, and this failed because it doesn't have snopt. So snopt is another library. It's snopt 7.5. So snopt is a solver. I assume it's solving. Snopt is a widely used large-scale optimizer for difficult large-scale nonlinear problems. So yeah, figure that out later. But you need to get this, and the only place you can get it, as far as I'm aware, is from this website, which what is UCSDAN? I think it's Stanford, I think. Yeah. The University of California, San Diego. Yeah, that's what it is. And to get this software, you need to go to this page. You need to go to, well, if you're US based, this one. If you're non-US based, go this one, and fill out this form. Please be honest. I think you need to be at a university. I am at a university. I am a student, so I filled that in, and they sent me over these libraries. I selected, well, all of them and Windows, because I wasn't entirely sure which ones I would need, and they sent them over within a couple of hours. So really useful. Once you have that snopt library, well, I'll go to my, there's a whole bunch of different bits and pieces that come, but what you need to do is you need to put them, let's go in here. What you end up with is this snopt library here. So you end up getting these bunch of files. So you'll find them in the don't need that one, in those downloads that you got from the university. So put the lib files that you get and the .a files in here and the DLL in here. So depends, snop7 lib, and then interfaces include, put the different H files and H++ files in here, and then after having done that, go back to CMake and I think configure again, and looks good except for the Python warnings. There's some other warnings as well, but nothing that's prevented me from moving forward. And then, so you should have all of these things. You shouldn't have any red up here, right? So, yes, so there's also this include CS alt test program. Now that's giving me a little bit of trouble, so I'm not going to click it this time, but might click it again some other time. I'm going to hit generate, and then I'm going to go in here and we should have a solution. Brilliant. All right. Okay. So now we have everything ready. I think this should build now. So here we go. Right, that's finished building everything that it could build, but we are getting linker errors on snopt optimizer. So and I'm not sure how to resolve this yet, so I will be back with another video on that. I thought not building the test program was going to fix that, but it'll at least get us around the error messages, but it hasn't. I have got some more reading to do on some of the outstanding build instructions, which could be Windows specific, so I'll make another video once I've got around this problem. If that didn't work for you, or if you know how to get around this particular issue, or if you think I've done something wrong, let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you, bye bye.